Yes, Edo people, crack team followers all over the world, Talkbarians, Talkbar family members all over the world. Thank you for joining this evening's broadcast. As you all know, my name remains about Obaze the crack team boss, the boss of the crack team. Yes, today we, the APC family, we are not too happy with the outcome of today's Supreme Court judgment. We are not too happy because David Leon is a member of our political party, and losing that state to the opposition PDP is not a good one for us. As a loyal member of my party APC, we are not happy that when we are supposed to be celebrating more states, we are losing states cheaply. We are ceding states cheaply to the opposition. However, it is key and very important that we note here that I, for one, I will never be in support of any form of irregularity. I will never be in support of impunity, disregard for laid down rules and regulations, disregard for the party's constitution. I will never be in support of that. I was not part of those that collected money from aspirants and gave them tickets without proper scrutiny. I was not part of the political group that collected money from aspirants to give them tickets. I'm sure you guys read a report by Sahara reporters recently, how the suspended national chairman of APC, Ushiomhole, it was in the report how they alleged that he collected money from aspirants to give them tickets, and now this is the outcome of that kind of act against the party's constitution. There is supposed to be a level playing field for all the aspirants. No one should be given special preference, or no one should be considered superior to another. So that's why now that they are crying, because I was not part of it. They never called me to say, how about we collected money from so aspirant, come and collect your own. They didn't give me any money. So now that the whole thing is backfiring, they don't also expect me to cry with them. I will never cry with them because I was not part of those that sold APC tickets to unqualified aspirants. Before we continue, let me play this song. I'm sure I shared this song earlier on. I'm sure you guys love it. Let me play it. If you are just joining us, please share the broadcast. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. This is coming in from one of the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing crying inside the Supreme Court. Inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing money inside the Supreme Court. Inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing welly inside the Supreme Court. Inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing sorry inside the Supreme Court. Inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing grieving inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing crying inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing money inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing willing inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing sobbing inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing grieving inside the Supreme Court. Inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing crying inside the Supreme Court. Inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing money inside the Supreme Court. Inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing welly inside the Supreme Court. Inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing sorry inside the Supreme Court. Inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing grieving inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing crying inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing money inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing willing inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing sobbing inside the Supreme Court. Ushiomhole sing grieving inside the Supreme Court.
Inside the Supreme Court, Ushiomhole was captured to inside the Supreme Court, looking very, very unhappy, looking disappointed. He was not happy at all because they thought they could intimidate the Supreme Court judges. But thank God today, the Supreme Court, as the highest court of the land, the apex court of the nation, has once again reaffirmed their position that no court on earth cannot turn their judgment. No court on earth. And they warn senior lawyers to stop abusing judicial process. 60 million. 60 million. They now find us, our lawyers and our party, 60 million naira. 60 million naira. After we lost Bayelsa to the opposition, now the party is going to stress itself to raise another 60 million naira as a fine. Even Afe Babalola, who retired over 10 years ago, came out of retirement to disgrace himself. Only God knows who went to him to pull him out, to humiliate himself. Look at Wole or Lani Pekun, SAN. So we in APC, we are not so happy with the judgment, but we have no choice. Supreme Court is supreme. Their judgment is supreme. It cannot be reviewed. They can't change their own decisions, because if you try that, you're already opening the gates for different cases that have been judged even 20 years ago for them to come back for review. These different cases have been judged in that Supreme Court. Even when it's not favorable to the receiving side, they have no choice, because the Supreme Court is the last court as far as Nigeria is concerned. But because of impunity, because they believe that they have power, they have money. You know, if you're not very careful, all these lawyers that you see, there is nothing is impossible to them. Oh. There is no case that is impossible to them. They will tell you, we cannot turn it. They will go and look for a section in the Constitution to quote, to deceive you. Especially when they are dealing with a tailor. Our national chairman is a tailor. That's his profession. He's a tailor. So they told the tailor that it's possible. Money. It's possible. It's possible. We cannot turn the decision. We can bully the Supreme Court. We can intimidate them, we can harass them. They sponsor different media propaganda against them. They even masterminded a protest for people. They mobilized protest. They mobilized people to go and protest in Justice Mary Odile's house, just because they were not satisfied with the ruling of the court, of the Supreme Court. So my brothers and sisters, what happened in Bayelsa is a wake-up call for all party faithfuls to call the national body of our party to order. This is a clear leadership failure. There's no point, there's no mixing words about it. This is clear leadership failure. You sell form for people, millions of naira, over 10 million naira. Governorship form is over 10 million naira. That's you sell form at a very exorbitant price, and you don't have a system that screens their credentials. You don't have a system to check them if they are qualified before submitting their names to INEC. So I believe that no political party will make that mistake again because of money. The era is let's do it anyhow. When we get to court, we'll know how to bribe our way through. It's no longer possible. So my Edo people, let us also use the opportunity to warn all these people that want to create tension in our state, that want to cause mayhem, that want to destroy the administration of Obaseki. I'm sorry, I think the light is. This is Nigeria for you. Once in a while they behave well, sometimes they don't behave well. Please, if you are watching this broadcast, share this broadcast. So no more. Impunity is no longer welcome in our party APC. What they did in River State, what they did in Imo, what they did in Zamfara, what they did in Ogun State, what they did in Bayelsa State, that's what they were planning to do in Edo State. They wanted to make Bayelsa their transit state, where they will relocate. Right now, they are all in Abuja. They are seriously suffering. They are seriously suffering in Abuja. Their infantry division, the EPM infantry division, according to Ushiomhole, they are suffering in Abuja seriously. Now they are not learning how to live in a sane society. They are not happy. So they wanted to form another colony of dissidents in Bayelsa. So that every time you see them driving down from Bayelsa to create tension here. But God has a way of destroying evil plans of the enemies. Before we continue on Bayelsa's matter, I will not dwell too much on that, because I'm not a member of PDP. It's my PDP friends that are celebrating. We are not celebrating. We are actually in pains because of the way the leadership of our party is running the party. On yesterday, Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? The former National Police Secretary of PDP was sentenced to 7 years imprisonment for money laundering, and other related offenses. I think 7-count charge was brought against the former Police Secretary of PDP, Ushiomhole, and the judge sentenced him to 7 years imprisonment. 7 years. They collected money from Dasuki, the former security advisor to President Goodluck Jonathan. The money over $1 billion, something like that. The money was meant to fight Boko Haram. The money was meant to protect Christians. The money was meant to buy weapons for the country to fight insurgents, but only for the money to be shared among PDP leaders. Ushiomhole got 400 million naira. Femi Kayode in Lagos State got some money. Some other powerful PDP leaders collected money from Dasuki. Our own brother here, Pastor Sage Zeyamu, Danobi, Lucky Maswe, I think Tony Azegbemi, they collected 700 million naira. 700 million. Now 300 million you have will be 1 billion. They collected 700 million from the same source, and they are also facing trial as we speak. Now Ushiomhole has been sentenced to 7 years imprisonment. 7-count charge was brought against him, and Zeyamu Danobi, Lucky Maswe. You know, people know that Lucky Maswe is the leader of EPN in Ego. He's a member of EPN. Zeyamu is a member of EPN. The reason he ran to EPN was to get this cover. That's why they wanted to quickly impose him on our party, so that once they give him ticket, they will not say, no, he wants to run for governorship. But thank God, the God of Obaseki is not sleeping. Let me just read the report before I continue. Alleged fraud. Please share this broadcast. Judge threatens to revoke Zeyamu's bail. February 15, 2020. Justice Mohammed Umar of the Federal High Court, Benin, on Friday threatened to revoke the bail granted to a chieftain of the APM, Pastor Osage Zeyamu. The state chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Mr. Dan Obi, and 3 others if they delay the commencement of their trial for alleged 700 million money laundering. The judge threatened them that he will revoke their bail, because as we speak, they are on bail. The reason they are on our streets is because they are on bail. Now the judge has threatened them that if they fail to take this case serious, if they try to form any form of delay, their bail will be revoked and they will be sent to prison. From prison, they will be coming to court. Zeyamu and others were arraigned on an 8-count charge of conspiracy with themselves to commit money laundering to the tune of 700 million naira. an offense contrary to Section 18A of the Money Laundering Act 2011 as amended, which is punishable under Section 15, subsection 3 of the same act. The EFCC alleged that the defendant, that is Ushiomhole, Danobi, Malokemaswe, and 2 or 3 others, received the sum of 700 million naira prior to the 2015 general elections from a former Minister of Petroleum. I think this report is saying Mrs. Desiani Alese Madweke. Other defendants are the former Deputy Governor, Mr. Lucky Imaswe, who is a chieftain of EPN, a former member representing Eastern Southeast and Northeast Federal Tony Azegbemi, and one FA Anthony. Justice Umar issued a threat after listening to the argument of the defendant seeking 6 months adjournment because of the ill-health of Mr. F.A. Anthony. They went to court seeking 6 months adjournment, 6 months, because they were targeting the APC primaries. That maybe if they succeed in imposing Pastor Ushiomhole on APC, then they will not say, he's not a gubernatorial candidate of a political party, so he can be tried. And maybe for their dream, if he can't become governor, they will not say immunity. Because of immunity, he cannot be tried. Justice Umar issued a threat after listening to argument of the defendant seeking 6 months adjournment because of the ill health of Mr. F.A. Anthony. The lead counsel for the first defendant, Mr. Kingsley Obamoje, the counsel for the second defendant, Professor Osas Izebiwa, and one for the third and fourth defendant, Mr. Pascal Ogbeme, pleaded the court to grant the application as Mr. Anthony needed to be a bit heady to appear in court for his defense. But the prosecution counsel, Mr. LP Aso, argued that the language of the application attempted to frustrate the prosecution through unwarranted delay. Justice Umar, who threatened to revoke the bail, adjourned the sitting till March 2nd for hearing and maintained that he would not tolerate any form of delay in the prosecution. That he will not tolerate any form of delay. By 2nd of March, Ushiomhole, Danobi, Lokimas, when they will be appearing in court for the commencement of their trial. He's my elder brother. I will still pray for him. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has said that the accused made cash payments of 60,650,000 to one Henry Teneby of Esaka West local government area. 61,647,000 to one Momo Andrew Ojo of Akoko Edo without going through financial institution. That is money laundering. You cannot transfer over 5 million, 10 million, 20 million without going through a financial institution. You don't do that kind of transaction by hand. That is money laundering. In count 5, 6, and 7, they were alleged to have made cash payments of 83,473,000, 125,993,000, and 105 million to Deacon Ezekiel Igareba, Thomas Aroko, and Scott Osagede without going through financial institution. Case of money laundering is a very strong case in Nigeria. I will not wish. I wish Uzziomhole what he wished himself. I wish all of them what they wish themselves. But one thing I know is that justice must prevail. We have suffered too much in this country. I'm sure you guys can see the rate of insecurity in this country. It's as a result of this money that was budgeted to fight insecurity that is shared. It's the aftermath effect that is ravaging the country today. So my Edo people, I, Abatobaze, will not join EPM and Ushiomole's boys to cry. I will not join them to mourn. I will not join them to wail. I will not join them to grieve. Because I was never part of the people that sold APC Bayelsa gubernatorial tickets to the wrong set of aspirants. And I want to sympathize with my brother David Leon, who is a victim of circumstance. From my investigation, David Leon is very, very popular in Bayelsa. He's a popular name. He actually defeated the PDP candidate, Duoyodiri. He actually defeated him because the guy is popular. The guy is on ground in Bayelsa State. But a certificate forger was imposed on him as deputy. But you are seeing where so for those expecting me to cry because we lose Bayelsa to PDP, I will never cry because I'm not part of that evil arrangement. I'm not. The problem of our politicians is greed. And thank God today that President Buhari is giving the judiciary, is not interfering in judicial activities. Because if we give room to politicians, they will kill our judiciary because of their quest and their taste for power. They will mess our judicial system up, which is the last hope of the common man. So my dear brothers and sisters, the God, our ancestors, they are fighting Obaseki's battle. They are fighting a battle. It's not Obaseki's battle, it's Edo's battle. Somebody just commented to one of my posts this afternoon that Adamu has flooded Edo with SARS. They are looking for people to arrest. They are looking for people to arrest in Benin. I said that is the only thing that he has given to us. That is the only thing we see. We sent it to the national chairman. The only thing that he's sending to Edo instead of going federal project to Edo is federal police SARS. He's not bringing SARS to come and arrest all these useless cultists killing themselves. He's not bringing SARS, federal SARS, to come and help the state government and the state police apparatus, security apparatus, to help fight crime. But he's bringing SARS to intimidate Edo people. We sent him there to represent us and move federal projects to Edo, not to flood Edo with federal police. But we'll remain undeterred. We'll remain resolute. 4 plus 4 is almost bad. 4 plus 4 is non-negotiable. Obaseki must come back to serve us for another 4 years because he has done well. He is doing well. We continue to support him. We continue to stand by him. There is no form of intimidation that will make us stop what we are doing for his re-election. I don't want this broadcast to be too long because I'm not feeling too fine. I'm not feeling too strong. So I want to share this broadcast, very important. Talkbarians all over the world, Talkbar family members all over the world, share this broadcast, send it to all your friends' WhatsApp group. The message today is that I will not join Adams Ushiomhole to mourn. I will not join Adams Ushiomhole to cry over Bayelsa. I will not join Adams Ushiomhole to wail over Bayelsa. Bayelsa matter not concern me. By the grace of God, If he has opportunity again to serve as either party, anything, he will learn to do the right thing. He will learn to do the right thing. He will learn. Now he's learning the hard way. So we had to lose more. What I will say. But we're almost there. We're almost there. We don't almost win the battle finish. Now small time remain. So please don't leave any negative comment here unresponded to. Reply all the negative comments. Let's place them where they belong. Because their pain now is that Obaseki is succeeding without them. They thought Obaseki cannot succeed without them. But their pain now is that the man is doing excellently well without them. Edo belongs to over 4 million people. We will not allow just a few to hijack the system and take us backward. We won't. So I can see some of my Togbarians, my Togba family people watching. God bless you. Your prayer is working. Your support for Mr. Governor is working. This is the most popular governor in Nigeria when it comes to social media. Everywhere is Obaseki. Everywhere is Obaseki. And by the grace of God, Obaseki will succeed. What I will say. We'll see again. Thank you very much. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for commenting. Continue to flood the comments. 4 plus 4 Togba. 4 plus 4 Togba. 4 plus 4 Togba. 4 plus 4 Togba. Let me play my new song before I go.
Inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court, Ushiomhole sing crying. Inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court, Ushiomhole sing money. Inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court, Ushiomhole sing welly. Inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court, Ushiomhole is sobbing. Inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court, inside the Supreme Court, Ushiomhole is grieving. Inside the Supreme Court, Ushiomhole is crying. Inside the Supreme Court, Ushiomhole is money. Inside the Supreme Court, Ushiomhole is willing. Inside the Supreme Court, Ushiomhole is sobbing. Inside the Supreme Court, Ushiomhole is grieving. Inside the Supreme Court.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night, everyone. Bye.